Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to improve our English. We want to improve our vocabulary. The way we do that is by learning few new words every day. Today is our day number 30. The very first word that we're going to learn today is interesting word. Egalitarian. Egalitarian. What does it mean? Egalitarian simply means I believe. Oh boy, that handwriting, I do not know. I believe in the tenet or principle that everyone is equal. Again, if a person who believes that everyone is equal in the world, that person is called an egalitarian. Or it is a belief, it's a noun, it is a belief in the principle that everyone is equal. In other words, everyone has the same legal, political, and economic right. So if you have such a system where system observes this principle that everyone has the same legal rights, everyone has the same political rights, in other words, everyone has a vote, everyone has a voice, everyone has the same economic rights, such a system is to be defined as an egalitarian system. The word is egalitarian. What I want to learn next is this word, particularly the way it's pronounced. So let's do that. But perhaps we can do it down here. There is room here. Like I said, I want to cover it for its pronunciation. Tan, and then it's pronounced tan-it. Tenet, which means an opinion, a doctrine, or a principle. I just realized that in my notes, in both instances here and here, in my notes, I just realized that I had misspelled the word principle. It has a homonym which is spelled with an A. Which is a different kind of principle. Oh, an interesting word comes to my mind here. The word is, well, let's see, where can we put it? The word is mnemonic, mnemonic. M in the beginning is silent, obviously. Mnemonic. I'm digressing here, obviously. What does mnemonic mean? Or you may have heard of mnemonic device. A mnemonic device is a memory device. It's something that you make up to remember something. Mnemonic. We'll cover it in the future. Mnemonic and innocuous. Euphemism, we already did it. The mnemonic device that a lot of people use to keep this principle separate from this principle is this last three letters here, and they tell you that the principal is your pal. Principal is what they call in the US school, for those of you listening to this thing outside, headmaster or headmistress. And the principal, you're the headmaster or headmistress, is your pal, your buddy, your chum, your amigo if you like, your friend. So that's the mnemonic. Principal is your pal, hence you know that this particular principal is to be spelled with a P-A-L. And here it is P-L-E, which is what I needed here and here, but in my notes I just realized that in both places I misspelled it. Luckily for me that I caught it and I did not make a fool of myself, which doesn't happen very often. That is, catching myself, because in most cases I do actually succeed. Not that I have to try, it just happens by itself. Making fool of myself, that is. So the word here is tenant. Do not confuse this word. Not that you will, but just in case. As you can see, the beginning is the same, 10. And here you would say unt. Unt. Tenant. Of course, this tenant is a different person. This is a person here. A tenant, obviously, as opposed to a landlord. A tenant is somebody who rents the space from you, leases a space from you, as I said, as opposed to a landlord. So this is tenant, tenant, and this is tenant, tenant, which simply means an opinion, a doctrine, or principle. The next word I want to learn, next word that we want to learn, that we want to talk about, is the word doctrine, which is why it's in the capital letter. Actually, no need to learn it. Doctrine simply means an opinion or a principle. Let's go on then. The next word we want to learn is actually related to the word doctrine, and the word is doctrinaire. 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 I need the room, so we need to erase everything here. Again, one more time, the word is egalitarian, which is a tenet that you might believe in, a principle that you might believe in, that everybody has the same legal rights and political rights, some economic rights, everybody is equal. And that belief is called an egalitarian belief. Well, belief is not egalitarian, but that person is called an egalitarian, or the egalitarian system. The word that I want to learn next is D-O-C-T-R-I-N-A-I-R-E, doctrinaire. A doctrinaire. What is a doctrinaire? Or rather, who is a doctrinaire? Because it's a person. A doctrinaire is a person who firmly and absolutely believes in his principles, ideas, theories, without, this is the important part, without any regard for its practicalities. So if you believe in certain things so vehemently, oh here's a good word, vehemently, all these words that I've explained to you before, that I put on the side, on the margin, are the words that I intend to cover in the future. So the words so far are mnemonic, vehemently, innocuous. Euphemism is something that we have already done. We already covered it. I don't know which day, but we did learn it. Euphemism. and I won't go over it already because I just talked about it yesterday on day 29. So a person who vehemently means forcefully. Vehemently means forcefully or with a lot of vigor, with a lot of emphasis. So somebody who vehemently believes, with a lot of force, believes in their ideas, their theories, their perceptions, their principles, without any regard whatsoever to its practicality. They do not care whether it's practical or not. I believe in this and this is what we're going to do. Whether or not it's practical, I don't care. Such a person, such an opinionated person is defined as doctrinaire. It's not a good quality, obviously. Let's learn one more word which is related to the word doctrinaire. I need the room, so I need to erase this part here. The word is dogmatic. Well, I need a lot of room actually, so I need to erase everything. Again, the word was doctrinaire, which means to firmly believe in something without any regard whatsoever to its practicality. The word was doctrinaire. The next word we want to learn is dogmatic. Dogmatic. What does it mean? They are all related words, obviously, because they all come from the word dogma. Well, not quite actually. I'm not sure about it. This word obviously comes from the word dogma. What was the other word that we learned a little while ago? Doctrinaire, doctrine. I'm not sure if they're related or not. But this word comes from dogma. Dog. Matic. An adjective. Dogmatic simply means to be arrogant or authoritative. Authoritative assertion of one's ideas or principles. Oh, strangely enough, here I spell the word principle correctly. So the person who asserts his or her idea very arrogantly, very authoritatively, as in I'm right and you're wrong, and whatever I say is the right thing, and anything else that you have to say doesn't matter. That person is being very dogmatic. Especially when these ideas or principles are, especially when these ideas, principles are unproven or unprovable. So they are asserting something. They are asserting some idea, some principle, and by its very nature, these principles are of such nature that they cannot be proven. They cannot be proven. They are unproven and they cannot be proven. And yet they stand there and they tell you that what they possess is the absolute truth, and whatever you have to say, it's all wrong. Such a person is very dogmatic. It's a very arrogant and authoritative assertion of one's ideas. Dogmatic is the word. It means to act as if one possesses the absolute truth. The assertion that one possesses an absolute truth is a very dogmatic assertion. It means to be dogmatic. A lot of religious people have a tendency of doing that. And again, I don't want to go there all the way, But by its very nature, the definition of religion, by its very nature, I think, is they will tell you that what they have is the right one and everything else is wrong. My way is the right way, and if you don't do it, you're going to burn in hell. That's a very dogmatic view. There is no room for allowing other persons to have their opinion. Such an approach, such an arrogant, authoritative approach, is to be described as a dogmatic outlook on life. A good synonym would be dictatorial. Dictatorial obviously literally means to behave like a dictator. So if you're being dictatorial, you're being authoritative, you're being arrogant, you're behaving like a dictator. To be opinionated. To be opinionated, to be overbearing. And finally, one last word. I don't know how much low I can go without actually losing you completely. So instead of taking a chance of you not being able to read the bottom part in the camera, I'm going to erase the top part and I'm going to put down the last word. So it means to be arrogant or authoritative. It means to have an arrogant or authoritative assertion of one's idea or principle. And a good synonym. So these are synonyms. The word dogmatic synonyms would be dictatorial, opinionated, overbearing, or finally, imperious. It's pronounced imperious. Imperious, which the word literally comes from imperial or regal. So if you're being imperial, you're behaving in a very imperial way, in a very regal way. So here it's the same idea, except here one is being dictatorial, and here one is behaving like in an imperial royal manner, like the monarch who has the absolute last word, and he's dictatorial, he's dogmatic, he's opinionated. What he says is the absolute truth and everybody else is wrong. That's it. The word was imperious. To behave in, which literally means to behave in a very imperial way, to behave in a very regal manner, to behave like an absolute ruler, to behave like a dictator, dictatorial, opinionated, overbearing, dogmatic. That's it. That was the end for today. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I tutor the entire exam, the math part and everything in it, or any of these tests, the GRE, GMAT, SAT or TOEFL. Go to any of these website addresses and send me an email, and I will try to help you in whatever way I can. Or you can go to keshwaniprep.com and send me an email from there. I do private tutoring, face-to-face tutoring. I tutor over the internet via Skype and of course over the telephone. Alright? Thanks.